Yeah.
Why
DJ
is it?
Sparks have different views with me.
Okay.
That is why we argued.
Would we say kuti iwewe panic attention karipo na DJ Sparks?
Never Boom makes a lot of money on YouTube. More than anyone.
Yeah.
Murupedzera vabereki mari. Muchinoita maprogram amusingazivi kuti munozowana mabasa ere mapedza program. Was it 40-50% of men in Africa are taking care of kids that are not theirs? I always tell people that if you see anyone who is interested in my content, it means that they are serious about life. Nati O, last year you commented on my video.
Greetings, Murie Zimbabwe. Welcome to the Ghetto Podcast Show. This is our first episode. Sekuziya kwenyu Murie Zimbabwe. Na ndisiri kukupai content. Na ndiri kutsvaga zvinhu zvineka quality, zvinhu zvinoka uremu nekuti 46,000 subscribers is not a joke. So ndanga ndangotaiwa ka rega tite tichipa ma-upgrades. Nas ndauya nemuface. He's a content creator, one of the biggest actually. Akatanga achiita zvinhu zvakawanda zvakasiyana, but nhasi ndauya kuti anatsotitsanangurira nemuromo wake. His name is Kelvin Birioti. I know a lot of you guys know this guy because chanchiri chibaba chekutaura nyaya dzevanhu ipo pano pa YouTube. So Kelvin Birioti, I'm happy to have you.
Takutsika inhasi mudara tatimboya pachano inoi.
Without wasting much of your time, Mudara. Sorry, zvenyu tikutange tiri kumhanya sati. Kelvin Birioti, makatanga rini content creation? Uyezve makatanga muchiitei?
So in the time, digital content creation, and if I'm not mistaken, 2017, 2018, 2019, zvangova 2017, they post upon Apple. 2018, I was serious on. Then 2019, the band was pusha. We had to push, and the push social commentary.
Chichakakutumai kuti mutange kuita zvemavideo and stuff.
So when I started content creation, the idea was for me to create my own opportunity in the space of football. In Indoda Bora Zoda. And I posta to my video twangu ndichijagula bora ndichirora ma apps ndichisaji pa YouTube. But then panasangana nemwana akatangana kunda chitima pandakazota get in touch with them. Those were the people who told me, look, you are good at this, but chimboena nenzira that's when I ventured into social commentary.
Okay, wasabudire chi mu social commentary? Chakanatsokutuma iwe kuti ubudemo.
It's because it's not green content, it's bubblegum content. Not necessarily looking down upon social commentary, but it's content that lose value very quickly. Like aina uremu, content yekuti inokupinza busy every day. You're supposed to update people every day. But right now, like content and with any green content, I can spend the whole week in this now poster. But at the end of the month, content and gazera green content will generate a revenue.
Okay.
But social commentary manje was a poster.
Mawanako.
So you see, even sometimes I know it's content. Like I've been told with other people, Biro, don't look down upon social commentary. So I'm no longer that person looking down upon social commentary. But it's my advice, if you are creating content, you should also have time, because social commentary, limit as one. You're always on social media. You don't have like your own social life. You interact with no one, because you're always looking at the latest and the cheap. So you don't have even time to interact with your own family, time to interact with friends. No, I would spend like the whole month social commentary and then
talking about, when interact now, ana sekundai. There's this interview that you did with DJ Sparks. On that video I noticed something kuti isusu vanhu social commentary tineka kumaka or kakusalava vanhu vanogadzira content, vanogadzira ma-interviews, farming content. What was your take on that regarding my comments aiswa na DJ Sparks on that interview? Because at the end of the day, I noticed kuti pane tension, even though muri vanhu vanowirirana.
I think inyaya yekuti kusatonzwisisa zvinoita mwana. Like for example, pandakabuda nchitaura nyaya dzesocial commentary, people thought and think kuti I'm attacking side ravo. but
Yeah.
ndandoro munhu aingobuditsawo mafacts echokwadi. Zvangofanana kana achitaura kuti social commentary is bubblegum content, zvangofanana iye DJ Sparks is no longer doing social commentary, ari kuita podcast, which means why did he run away from social commentary? Because it's bubblegum content, content is not value.
Okay, for someone who would love to start content, which is the easiest type of content raunga refer munhu to?
For me, I would not recommend someone to start content doing the easy thing, because the easy thing is social commentary.
Oh,
social commentary with your phone, with a $100 phone, you can create an empire that will be paying you or generating revenue of $2,000 per month.
oh.
But what are you exchanging, when you're doing social commentary? Your mental health and that kind of stuff. So vanoda kuita social commentary, they can do. For example, vanhu vandakadzidzisa social commentary, I would specifically tell them, look, don't do politics. But at the end of the day, unozopedzera wamuona ari
Out of politics.
Of which politics zacho wonge unowana maviews, but at what cost? Wangova munhu wewe kuti anogara hana yechingorova kuti zvandaposta zvoita here kana kuti hazviiti. So you see kuti even your mental health haisibo. So social commentary, it's easy. Pakataka vanhu pasocial media, you are happy. Ndaona
content.
Pakaitika zvinenge zvaitika muZimbabwe, paitika accident kana kuti vanhu varohwana vabvisana mazino, you are happy. Waona
content.
But all I'm saying kuti chandaedza kutaura musi pandakaita podcast nana DJ Sparks, tawandisa vanhu vanoita social commentary. Hapana ari kugadzira green content yekuti even 5 years from now we can look at Zimbabwe and say, oh, these content creators, content yavakagadzira iyi tichiri kuiona. Because Wodemaya came 3 years ago. Panga mangori one content creator wekuti waita kuona video rake, Mr. Zim.
Yeah.
Kuona video rake unoti, we would want to collaborate with this content creator. Mamwe ma-content creators emdzimwe nyika vanotanga kuti vanoungana, they share my ideas.
Yeah.
But social commentary, there is nothing to share. What kind of ideas are you sharing, Baba? Takaungana already on social commentary. That is why you don't see even vanu ma-content creators muZimbabwe vachiungana. Avaungane because there is nothing to share. Content is greener content. Ndeyekuti if you get together, you can share my ideas. You can even collaborate. Munhu akauya munyika menyu anowana vanhu kucollaborate nawo. Social commentary ungacollaborate nemunhu wokugana motanga kutaura nyaya hazviite. So ndopa unozoona pape kuti nyika yese inoshaya kana one munhu wekuti pakauya munhu aida collaborate panoshayika kana one.
Yeah.
If we were to give a good example, even in the music space, from your own perspective, why do you think kuti muno muZimbabwe hatinawo artists ari kukwanisa collaborate nema big players emuno muAfrica? Kunze kwana ngatipise Japraise na Winkidi.
I think ma-standards edu asati asvika.
Exactly. Ndizvo zvakangofanana necontent futi. Hatina ma-standards, hatina watoti ichi chakapenga ichi kana zvakazonzi paya Mr. Beast muno. Right, izvo paya Mr. Beast muno muZimbabwe anocollaborate nani? Hapana. Isusu tiri kutoka kufarming, hazvitomboenderani.
Okay, talking about, politics, you're advocating for farming for Zimbabwe.
Yes.
As a country.
Yeah.
Are you politically affiliated with any party?
No.
Why not?
Because I have to be neutral for my people who are watching. It's easy for a content creator to lose subscribers. Very easy. If you affiliate yourself with a political party, you can lose a lot of numbers. For example, I would not say for example.
Yeah.
A content creator has to be careful when it comes to politics.
Sure.
Same applies as to a musician.
Musician.
You can lose your people. You have worked so hard for 10, 12 years to build a brand, and then overnight you lose it. Because of politics. So as a content creator, I would encourage you to so that you can accommodate everyone. Ukuti ukasangana nemunhu party kana ukasangana nemunhu uyo munomhoresana because it's vanhu chete at the end of the day.
True.
You see? So I don't think as content creators, our focus should be on politics. Our focus is supposed to be on creating content for people, for both sides. Any political party, we create content for all of them. They laugh, they enjoy, they learn. For example, farming. Farming is for everybody.
True.
So I think that is our role as content creators, to create content for everyone, to be just neutral.
Now, I've seen you with, even lately, I've been seeing you with big players,
Mhm.
Passion Java, Zimex, all those people, Mami, etc., etc.,
Yeah.
of which you were doing farming content. What is changing? Why are you now going after those people? And, it's like you're doing podcasts.
Yeah. I'm trying to penetrate another side of social media.
Oh,
When you interact with those people, they have their own following. It's sort of like a collaboration,
oh,
you see. So that's what I'm looking for at the end of the day. I was happy, Nati O, last year, you commented on my video. That is a big change. So imagine a big musician like that commenting on my video. That is a huge inspiration.
so should we expect something from you and Natty O?
I pray so.
Oh,
Because that guy is a game changer. His music is unique and that kind of stuff. So having an opportunity to collaborate with Nati O, that is a big changer. Even though I'm into farming content, but seeing him, I always tell people that if you see anyone who is interested in my content, it means that they're serious about life. Because at the end of the day, my content is very educative.
yeah.
You come to my content to learn more about farming, to learn more about rural life, to learn more about what is really happening in the tourism sector in Zimbabwe. You watch my content. So seeing Nati O doing that and saying, this is great content, that's a game changer. Even my TT commented in one of my videos, one day
Yeah,
I would want you to come to mine. So when you're doing social commentary, do you think that those people would come and comment on your video?
No, never.
They will not. Because somehow, some way, you posted something bad about them. So you will not even interact with those people. Now I'm doing green content. I've interacted with big players in business that when the cameras are off, they will tell you and give you information that is rich. So I would say there are benefits to green content. Although it's a long-term game. Long-term game, I'm telling you. You cannot wake up overnight and be successful when you're creating green content. And when I'm saying green content, I'm not specifically talking about educative content only.
Yeah.
You can go and review a restaurant and review food and even talk about cars.
Yeah, we have African Finder.
Thank
we
you.
have Sheriff Zim.
Yes. So you see?
Okay, let's move on to, let's talk about family. I noticed that you have a channel
Yes.
that goes by the name The Birioti Family, where you and your wife and kid and your little brother will be doing a lot of different things.
Exactly.
How old were you when you get married?
I think I was 20, 23, 24. I can't remember.
Why did you marry at a young age?
I want to see my kids grow up. So here's the thing. One of the reasons for me, if I'm to tell you the truth, there are a lot of distractions when you're building your life. And at that age, when I made that decision, I did not want a lot of distractions. I wanted my partner to chip in and help me to build. Let's build together. You see, I know that I was not there yet at a level where I am really stable, but I was at a better place, and I figured like to avoid a lot of drama where you are moving from one girl to another and she's chewing your money and that kind of stuff.
Those investments.
Yeah, but I figured like why not just settle with one girl and then take it to another level. That's what I did. Although other people don't encourage it, but for me, I did it and it was a good decision for me. And it worked for me.
So, zvirikufamba here
Yeah.
mulives.
Yeah, you see, marriage is 50-50. People have to understand. Marriage comes with a lot of responsibilities, a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
And some of those challenges, especially when you're young, they are hard to handle because there is not that much level of maturity. But the best thing, if you are able to learn to be mature at a young age and you are able to learn with your partner and handle problems together at a young age, when you get to 30, I'm telling you that is gold. Because you'll be at an advantage. When you get to 30 and you are married and you have maybe 2 or 3 kids, bro, and then you are building, maybe thriving, saving for a house, or maybe you are building a house already.
Yeah.
So when you get to 40, you're sort of like stable. It all comes to preference. Marriage has no formula. You see? So, yeah.
Now, into marriage, right?
Mm.
So there is a lot that is going on. We have Tinashe Mugabe DNA
Yeah,
tests.
yeah.
What's your take on that?
It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Would you go, okay? What would be the reason you would go for a DNA test with your
Honestly,
children?
if a man has his doubts, if you are doubting your partner or maybe something happened, I would encourage people to do that. You see?
Yeah.
Because someone actually went on to say that almost, was it 40-50% of men in Africa are taking care of kids that are not theirs. You see? So, you as a man, somehow, someway, if you have your own doubts, you should go there. And others are even encouraging the government to make it mandatory, that when someone gives birth, a DNA is what is done. Because remember, once you sign that birth certificate, even if the child is not yours, it means you're the one who's responsible after it. Maybe if you go to court and that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
even if it's yours, but if you signed the birth certificate, have you ever seen those shows in America? You're the one who is responsible, even if
Yeah.
it's not your blood.
Yeah. I noticed.
And if you,
I've come across such
yeah,
an episode.
and if you go to court and maybe fight it, that's when they'll set you free from it. But if your name is there, you're the one who's
Okay, so
responsible.
when you started content creation, right?
Yeah.
What was the challenge that you faced as a content creator, as
Data.
an upcoming data?
Baba data mawani takashandisa zvese hamino ndizobvumidza kutaura here zvana droid
Obvious.
baba
My
tichitsvaga
VPN and stuff.
tichitsvaga tichiedza kuti tiwane data tichibatsirwawo nevamwe baba kuti munhu azosvika palevhel rekuti unoti kana tiri kusvika palevhel randava inini. I know my growth has been so slow. Because if you look at other people, maybe they started 3 years ago. I'm not going to put up my subscribers.
Yeah.
But my growth has been slow, but I'm proud. Like every step that I'm taking, there is that maturity inside me when it comes to social media space.
Okay, so according to Kelvin Birioti, education or content creation?
Both. Honestly, I would say both. Being successful without education doesn't mean education is useless.
Sure.
Yeah. So I would encourage people to get educated, but at the same time, you have to know what you're studying. Right now, it's dangerous for people to just go to university for the sake of going to university. Murikupedzera vabereki mari muchinoita maprogram amusingazivi kuti munozowana mabasa here mapedza program.
Okay, what is that one program that you can
pinpoint and say? I would not pinpoint and say because I'll be.
Okay, let's say it's your kid.
Listen, for me, honestly, I was at university. I dropped out, not because I wanted to drop out, but because of financial problems at home. But all I'm saying, like I said, being successful without education does not mean that education is useless. I would encourage people, even my kid, I would want them to be educated because education is the most powerful weapon, tool that you can use to change your life. Was that Nelson Mandela, if I'm not mistaken? It's true. You gain exposure. For us to be able to do what we are doing right now, it's because of what we learned at school, communication skills, how to carry yourself as someone, because there's a huge difference between someone who is really educated and someone who is not. Those who are educated, they're quick to notice, they're quick to understand. You see, huge difference. So education is powerful, but if you can get an opportunity to make money out of education, do that. The problem that we have is that those who are educated now, they are waiting for employment to come to them. Those who are not educated now, they are money-wise. They go and take the money by force. So I think that's the mentality that we need to change. And also our education system needs to change. Now, the portrayal on education now has changed. People now are just looking at education as something that is useless because they are looking at those who are educated and they are seeing them in the streets.
Yeah.
There should be a difference. Back then, honestly, if you were looking at a teacher, everyone wanted to be a teacher.
True.
Everyone wanted to be a teacher. Everyone wanted to be a policeman.
Civil servants jobs.
Yeah, but not a lot of people want to be that today.
No. Okay.
Exactly. So
Okay, let's talk about, couples content. Is it wise for a young couple to be doing those things, according to you?
it's 50-50. Exposing your family on social media comes with a lot of challenges. You are going to be criticized. People are going to look down upon you. People would want to detect your life. Like they would want you to be puppets. So if you're not careful, you would post whatever they want you to post. So when you want to be on social media, you need to say, this is what I want to post. There's supposed to be limits. So if you let them, they will control you. And at the end of the day, it won't end well. So it's 50-50. Because at the end of the day, what is making you to post your family on social media? It's a business. You want to make money. Look at in America. People are making like almost over 20,000-30,000 US dollars per month just posting as a family on social media. So people need to be clever when they're posting on social media. It's better for a family to come out on social media posting games, vlogs, that kind of stuff. The bedroom stuff, I think that is supposed to be a limit. But at the end of the day, sometimes because other people want to trend, they
So
go
you do what you're gonna do.
Yeah. But I would encourage people to create content, honestly, especially couple content. There is nothing bad about couple content. If you're coming out and you're portraying how it's supposed to be done as a couple, people are learning from you.
Yeah.
What is bad is that I would encourage people, if they're creating couple content, at least show the people the truth. Advise people and the challenges that you're facing so that other people can know that, so I'm not the only one who's suffering from this. So, don't just only post the perfect picture. And also at the same time, when you're posting your problems, know the limit. Just tell them the basics. For example, let people know that, yes, you see us happy like this,
but
sometimes we also fight, we also face challenges, but what is important is to get back together. So people know that at least these people, they fight. So it's normal. There's pressure on social media, Bob.
Yeah.
Huge pressure. So I feel like, yes, couple content is good. Good.
Okay, in your field of content creation, ndiani munhu ngati, ndinomukwata in terms of their videos and everything in Zim?
No one. If I'm to be honest. But in South Africa, Nigeria,
yeah, I know we have big players
Ghana,
out
yeah.
there.
That is why I'm saying, because we don't have people who are creating green content here in Zimbabwe. We only have skit makers here.
Yeah, talking about skits, I would love to get into skits. What would be your advice?
Yeah, do. As long as it pays. Because at the end of the day, you're creating skits. You see, I feel like we have an opportunity to make good money. Look at Nizer Boom. Why is it that in Zimbabwe, Nizer Boom has been in the business for 5 years and we only have
at least 10 years now?
10 years.
Yeah.
Why is it we only have 2 people? 3, maybe 3 YouTube channels that are doing what he's doing, and others are making skits. Nizer Boom makes a lot of money on YouTube, more than anyone.
True.
More than anyone in the skit, because you can't post a skit on YouTube and expect to make a lot of money.
True.
Nizer Boom has managed to understand how it works. You can make, he posts maybe 10-15 minutes videos. He's making money from that. Why can't we? Yes, we want to post skits, but we can do both.
Yeah.
Look at Comic Pastor, look at Anzan, Fritz. I love Fritz.
Yeah.
Imagine they're doing skits, and then they do skits, and at the same time also doing short films, like maybe 10-15 minutes.
Series.
A series. And maybe post like once, maybe twice a week on YouTube. Not skits, post on Instagram and that other stuff.
Other platforms.
With how big they are now, do you think that they will make less than 5,000 US dollars on YouTube?
Nah.
People here in Zimbabwe, they are not aware of how powerful YouTube is. People don't understand that the only monetized tool here in Zimbabwe is YouTube, where you can get monthly revenue, guaranteed.
Yeah.
But when you're making skits, you're waiting for, especially when you're posting on Instagram, TikTok, you're waiting for adverts to come to you, companies to come to you and advertise, which means the revenue is not consistent. YouTube is consistent, Baba. I've been consistent on YouTube for more than 4 or 5 years.
True.
And I've never faced any challenges when it comes to YouTube paying me.
Okay, do you like have people that you have different views with
Yes.
muchigemu?
Yeah.
Why is
DJ
it?
Sparks have different views with me.
Okay.
That is why we argued.
Would we say kuti iwewe panic attention karipo na DJ Sparks?
No. Dimko
Zvekudaro.
Yeah, because it's only different views.
Yeah.
My different views.
A lot.
Sometimes my different views na secondary. Birioti, my podcaster, why is it to separate my channels and yet per main channels or my podcast? Because right now I'm running an interview entrepreneur. Then I'm going to ndizongesa mabiro.
Cheti.
The podcast. So why you separate? So you see my different here?
My different views.
But it doesn't mean to follow Ghana.
I so wonderful. So safe to say you don't have any enemies in game.
Baba is too much sure with my enemies, Baba. Like honestly, why should we have enemies and yet it's totally behind already? For us to catch up, but manje, especially when I start different things. Because when I start podcast, in podcast, when I'm looking at DJ Ola, he's doing well. But by YouTube manje, like my poster out, my thumbnails out, my titles out. There, if it was me, I would make sure that my thumbnails out, my titles out, my intros out, they're done better so that wana maria wanda than one.
True.
Because they're doing well, but optimizer yav.
Yeah, because I noticed video remove 1 month. There are a couple of videos and down are less than 1,000 views.
Exactly. Chimbofunza why. So those are kuti. They should start. This is my own opinion.
Yeah.
If I look at someone and say, these people, they've got potential to become big. Especially in the social, on YouTube. I only know YouTube. People should get me right. I only know YouTube. My platforms and mazi. I only know YouTube. I know I got some thumbnails, I got some titles, I got some intro. Intro and fana kupedza almost 3 minutes kana kuti almost a minute.
Tichitaura intro.
No, tichitaura kuintroduce munhu. Kuti ange tazorora.
Okay.
So ndotaura chete.
Right. Mudhara ndatokanganwa ndatotovhara video tisina kutaura ke. Ndakaona muchiti makutanga timu yebhora mudhara inini. Makatovhura timu yebhora. Nganatsotitsanangurira tongorowo tumapost twainge tikaona nazimselebs.
The problem that I made is announcing early.
Oh.
Yeah, like for example, there is now pressure. A lot of people want to come in and play for the team, and we are still building. You see? And then sponsorship in English too, tap up. Not to cheaper in say, and how best you can we help.
Because a lot of people should thought mudhara munopira mari.
Ndozvakatara
makamaona and hanzi yako mari yawinayo ichimbori yechingwa.
Exactly.
So tiri ipapo pane here machallenges amati maona kuti challenge especially panyaya dzemari when you are trying to run a club.
Obvious when it comes to football inoda mari. But when you're doing it out of passion, kuti kunyange pasina mari bhora rotamba. Zvamufanira papa tatagara chitamba bhora nechikara. Kunyange mari yakasheka kuti see kuti even vanhu vacho vanouya kubhora chaiwo. Umwe wacho anga sitori namashooters. But I love nemuzhalo. So patakato announce inini I'm using my own platform to lure people who love football and who are willing to support. And those people are there. So people think Birioti is always going to fork out money out of his pocket and mari yese inopera maya they are going to be partners vanhu chaivo vasvino vanototi mupanhewo tikumira neyo chinhu chitoda kuti chitese chisimbe because 4 years from now the idea is for us to play muchaimo mumaeredom.
Okay, so imimi mudhara club mungatitsanangurire masteps azvinofamba since muri munhu so far I'm sure maneuka research kuti club kuiregista kuti izotambe mupremier zvinenge zvambofamba sei, just a brief.
Exactly, so that's a good question. So and pane social yedu iyi kutanga mabhuza kuita social and then kuita D2 kuita D1 kuita
Premier League.
Exactly. So isusu toda kutangira pa-D2 anogona pa-D2 ndo patoda kutangira.
So what are the requirements kuti team inzi yapinda mu-D2?
Motofanira mutori nezvakakwana even paground musingashandise maground echikoro mune range ndakanzwa kudaro. So izvozvo anogona zvangofanira so team iri pande tikutraina but this year instead yekuti zifoseredza musocial kana muchi takutombomira for this year we are doing our research tichifambira ma-requirements chaiwo zvekuti next year patiri kutanga I think this year tichanenge tichitoposta mavideos pasocial media kuti vanhu vaone progress because I don't want to say much right now.
Yes,
it's either you are tagged on social media hapana chaunoziva kana kuti but kusaziva imomo tikuita ma-research tichita bring the right people vanoziva bora because the idea we have people who love football, we have people who are good at football in Zimbabwe and I'm happy Scotland yakamutsa bora zvakuita zvichinakidza imagine. So takufanira kuzofambira nyaya because it's not good kuti Zimbabwe yese toshaya ground riri standard tere kuti vanhu vanobuda dzimwe nyika kunotambira mabhora ekunze isusu tirifanira tiri pahome. So I think even pashoma isusu tiri kumashure kutsoka ngatitange tichisoti effort wo titese chitoenda vari kumusoro vachiso effort titese chitobara. That's the idea.
Alright, muri yeZimbabwe ndini wenyu hamu ndanda kuigirai Kelvin Birioti, but it's very unfortunate kuti tasvika panguva dzedu dzekuti tivhare the Ghetto podcast. This is our very first episode muri yeZimbabwe and I'm saying kuti more episodes are to come. Nyaya zhinji takutombodzibvisa mumukanwa mevanhu, so vaimbi, vanhu vane nyaya, vane nhoroondo, vane zvidzidziso zvavari kuda kupa vanhu, just holler at me. Phone number ndo dzamuri kuona mufirst comment yedu iri mucomment section uyezve mudescription yevideo ino. For now, goodbye.